What's up, you legends, and welcome back to the Fabled Storm. And we got God of War Ragnarok news. As I was finishing up at work, my YouTube account says, ping, you got an update. You got some God of War official story trailer, State of Play 2022, posted from IGN. And I was like, I have to react to this. I even came home and put on my "Do not be sorry, be better" shirt, because that's what needs to happen. We have to be better. We have to be ready for it. Do not be sorry, be better. And so I was super excited about it. I wanted to get here and react as much as I could to this, because the story trailer is what's interesting. Like, I've reacted to the combat one, which will be released tomorrow. I did the Dwarven World today, Svartalheim, and then we're gonna have this one. I'm probably gonna release it now, because I'm so close to the time of actually it being like relevant. So that's pretty awesome. I have not seen anything about this. I resisted the urge to watch it because I wanted to react to the story like live. So that's what I'm doing. And if you like this content, go ahead and like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, and so you don't miss anything that I post. Leave a comment. I get back to all of them. If you check any of my other videos with comments, I've gotten back to them. But first, we're going to go ahead and review this. And without further ado, let's go ahead and watch it. God of War Ragnarok story trailer, baby!
Everyone keeps secrets. Sometimes it's the only way to protect the ones we love.
Oh. He's not going to be using his weapons any. Oh.
God killer. What is it you want from me? Is it a god of war you came to find?
You don't
What?
really want war, do you, Kratos? All that blood on your hands, on your son's hands.
What is it you will not tell me?
I can't talk about it, but I just need you to trust me.
We follow your every whim.
But you don't believe in any of it.
And still I follow. Because all that matters is that you are safe.
But that's not all that matters. Who's keeping you safe?
I do not need you to protect me.
You sure about that?
Pretender god! For the old father!
Death can have me when it earns me.
What do you even know of godhood? In your lifetimes, has anyone ever worshipped you? Ever prayed to you? Can you even imagine that kind of love? No! You don't care about anything beyond yourself. Beyond the monster who kills without cause.
Fate only binds you if you let it.
This game is going to be awesome.
Not because it is written. We make our own destiny.
Sorry, I blew into the mic at the end. That was awesome. Holy moly. Okay. That's the most exciting thing I've seen all week. And and that death can have me when it earns me. That's one of my new favorite Kratos lines I've ever heard. That was amazing. That was, I can't stop laughing. That was awesome. So now we got to talk about it and just go over what I just saw here so my mind can be blown again. It looks beautiful, amazing. It looks like they made every world exactly like I said that I wanted it in the video released today, where I hope that they weren't all just reskinned stuff. They look unique. Also, I want to put out there, Alfheim was one of the places that you went. Alfheim and Helheim were different, except Alfheim had the most sort of original enemies. Like, it was sort of its own place, and I feel like Helheim, because it already dealt with the dead, they sort of reused content. So I just want to put that out there. Not all of the stuff from 2018's God of War was that way. Just to clarify.
Everyone keeps secrets.
So his mom had the power to like do stuff where she left handprints and notes and stuff everywhere. Okay, why is I think this is their cabin. Why is he putting everything down? Is he just tired of the fighting? Is this like the beginning of the game? And he's like, you know, we did our journey. Your mom, we already distributed her ashes from the highest peak in all of the realms. And so I'm done. I want to break. And so he puts this down. I love this shot of this axe, though. This is how I kind of wish it would stay. I know it'll upgrade and turn into the giant gold one that it was at the end, but either way, I'm going to just be so into this. I'm already excited just figuring out what happened. Okay, so was he bound by a magical rope and he just burned it off? This shot of Kratos looks amazing too. Like, I like this cinematic stuff they got going on. And he's got so much more like Celtic knots and stuff going on in his armor. It's much more Viking than it was in the last game.
God killer. What is it you want from me? Is it a god of war you came to find?
His voice is interesting. Okay, so let's just go back.
You came to find.
Why is he dragging? Who is that? What is that? That looks like either a dark elf or, I guess, a version of a light elf. I don't remember the dark elves glowing so much, but why is he dragging this thing? And these are all questions that I can't answer, and we can only speculate. I guess he needs them, or he's been caught, and he's like, I'm going to show you what it's like to be what I was in this realm. And he's going to have to do some things he doesn't like. Like, Tyr was a god for peace. And actually, in the real mythology, Tyr didn't really do anything mean. In fact, he sacrificed his own hand to Fenrir because like he started to like Fenrir and then felt bad for him. And he was like, you know, if we bind you up, then and you get stuck that way, which you'll have to know the whole story for that. But he sacrificed his hand for that. As far as I could tell, he never really did anything bad in any of the actual mythology.
You don't really want war, do you, Kratos?
So I assume this is Odin that's talking here. I think it's kind of odd that he's bald, but he's got this big cape. He's shrouded in shadow. Now, Odin does show up in the lore in different forms, right? He takes the form of like a traveling man so that he can fool people and get information, because all he ever wants to do is collect knowledge to his own end. So this could just be him showing up to ask questions, and we don't actually get to see what Odin really looks like until we're in the game, like his regular form when he's not traveling or pretending to be someone else. Which is a lot of stuff Zeus did as well.
On your son's hands?
What is it you will not tell me?
I can't talk about it, but I just need you to trust me.
We follow your every whim.
But you don't believe in any of it.
And still I follow.
So I'm wondering if one of the things is like he knows that he's the thing that's going to bring Ragnarok, and he is supposed to be like Odin's ultimate enemy. but he also knows that Kratos might die. And so, since Kratos has already said fate isn't something that's actually real and you can change it, which he proved in his mythology, in the Greek pantheon, maybe Atreus is trying to save him, but he knows that if he tells him, he'll be like, don't worry about that, don't worry about me. And he doesn't want that, because later on in this trailer, he says something about wanting to protect him.
All that matters is that you are safe.
See,
That's not all that matters. Who's keeping you safe?
I do not need you to protect me.
You sure about that?
see, so that's one of those things. He said, are you sure about that? So I think Atreus is figuring out his powers, and that he wants to try to save Kratos because he knows through his abilities growing stronger and his ability to like read things and learn tongues real easily. And he's probably maybe he can shapeshift by the end of this. It'd be really cool if Atreus got some really cool abilities like that. And this scene is just amazing. Like, this was sick.
Pretender god.
Valkyries, they're back again and they're evil again, or you freed their souls and they went back to Odin and now they forgot that you did stuff for them and they've come to kill you. Does any of the Valkyrie stuff not even matter for the last game? I'm hoping they explain all that. I like how they call him a pretender god, and all the stuff that I think it's Odin says here.
For the old father.
Death can have me when it earns me.
That is the sickest line. Gosh, I'm just going to be smiling about it forever. Death can have me when it earns me. Look at that punch. It has a shockwave on it. Oh, this game is going to be ridiculous. And it's going to be awesome. Oh. Look at the scale of the enemies. Back in Helheim. Yeah. Is this Alfheim?
What do you even know of Godhood? In your lifetimes, has anyone ever worshipped you? Ever prayed to you?
Okay, so these questions are asked, and I don't know how much Odin knows about Kratos. Like, Mimir knows all that stuff, and he figured out he was great. He figured out that he was the ghost of Sparta because Mimir knows everything. Odin should know pretty much as Mimir does. And so he should understand, and then Tyr had the vase that gets destroyed in the first game that Kratos breaks so his son doesn't see who he was when he was in Greece, the things that he did as, the Spartan that he was back then. I mean, I guess he's still a Spartan, but back when it mattered and all of Greece wasn't laid to waste and Olympus wasn't destroyed. So they at least know of the legend of Kratos, but he was the god of war for a while, and he was prayed to by the Spartans. That's who his people were. And they said that multiple times, and they cared, and they prayed to him, they worshiped him, and they were even like, you didn't show up, and Zeus came and destroyed everything and leveled Sparta, and you weren't there, and we called out for you, we wanted your help. So yes, people have, not on a grand scale like everyone in all the realms might do with Odin or Thor, anybody that's a threat, and when they're in the other realms pays respect to them. But he has had people do that, and we know that. So I'm wondering how this will be responded, how Kratos will respond to this when he has this conversation with I assume, Odin.
Can you even imagine?
What is this thing? This looks, I don't know what it is, but I want to fight it. Like, I'm super excited to fight is this like a malice thing? Is this Breath of the Wild? I'm confused.
You don't care about anything.
I'm sure they'll explain it. So we're back in Muspelheim.
Monster who kills without cause.
Okay, he doesn't kill without cause. And that was one of my biggest things in the original God of War series that everybody got wrong, right? Like, everybody was like, Kratos just kills. Now, sometimes, and he said it at the end of God of War 2018, he even said, I killed many who were deserving, and many who were not. I killed my father. And he said that, because he did do those things, but most of them were deserving. And even in the first God of War, he realizes he was a monster and killed a bunch of people because Ares told him to take out this politician or this person of power or this person to worship this and that. And he took out those people, and he realizes that, like, Kratos felt that. And that's one of those things that I think is crazy, that people think that he was just this mindless killer. No, he had a lot of horrible, tragic things happen to him because the gods did it to him. But they had an oracle that told them that a marked one would destroy their pantheon, and they wanted to stop that from happening. So they took the wrong person. That affected Kratos. Took that person's mother. That affected Kratos. Then one of them killed Kratos' family. That affected Kratos. One of them marked Kratos as an equal, which is how he got the scar over his eye. That happened to Kratos. And then, after losing his child, and he probably could have dealt with most of that stuff, I would say. I mean, he didn't want to. He just wanted to take out Ares. And then he was upset that the gods promised to take away all his nightmares and his stuff. But they just were like, we'll forgive your sins. And then vaguely never really got to it. If you haven't played the original God of War, spoilers for that, I apologize. And then, but it's also been like forever since they were out. The first one came out in 2005, so you're behind. Besides that, so you had this guy who had all this horrible stuff happen to him, and then he got to see his daughter again and cast away all his evil. He wasn't like a minion for any gods anymore. And then Persephone was like, everything will get destroyed, including your daughter, who will cease to exist. And Kratos had to give up on his child a second time. He's had plenty of reasons to kill stuff. He doesn't do it without purpose. And especially not this new Kratos, who was like, why did you kill Modi? Don't do that. And he was like, you killed against my wishes. There are consequences to it. He understands it, and he knows not to do that. So I'm interested to see what Odin knows about this new thing going on here, if this is Odin that's talking. This is just Skull and Hati. All the little boards that we had, that we opened up and got to see the lore in the first game, are now happening because they have happened but didn't happen, which they sort of addressed. The Light of Alfheim's back.
Not because it is written.
Oh man, Mjolnir can be stopped by the Leviathan axe. I can't wait to take that from Thor and use it in the game. That's just gonna be amazingly epic. So that's the trailer and the recap of everything I have that I needed to say about it and what we saw. This was amazing. Like, I haven't been excited by a trailer quite this much. Like, they released little tidbits of stuff from Assassin's Creed this week and then other God of War stuff. Nothing has been quite as amazing as this trailer was. Like, that was exciting. I can't wait to play it. I'm going to play it on the channel. I can't wait to see what happens. Man, I love this series. I'm super excited to, like, when I first heard that they were bringing Kratos back and taking him to Norse mythology, I was skeptical. I was like, oh, don't ruin a franchise by shrekking it, where you bring it back and then you just burn it into the ground and then impale it and then grind it up and then try to turn it into something that people want to watch and then they just puke it up. Like, that's not what I wanted. And then they made 2018's God of War, and I was like, this was amazing. And then this one looks like it's going to be grander and more amazing. I hope there's more gameplay time, like more story, where it's much longer than the last one. But that also means it means more content, but it means way longer play times. And I'm going to have to make sure all that works out so I can post videos regularly. Besides that, that was amazing. I can't say it enough. If you haven't played the last ones, go play them. Go play all of them, so you understand everything of the story up to now. If you have played them, well, then I know that you're just as excited as I am, and like, just, oh, catch my breath. I'm a little too hyper. I think my pulse is just off the charts for what I watched there. I don't know why that was so exciting. I guess when I saw official story trailer, I knew that it was going to be something epic. And so, man, I don't know how much more I have to say. If y'all want to say something, drop a comment. We can have a conversation. My mind is just buzzing with all the stuff that I just saw. And again, I talked about the questions that I have by playing it through just now. I think that it's going to be just epic what we get to do, the scale of the game. It looks beautiful. I hope that I am glad Kratos has friends now, and he's not just killing people. Like he did that in the last game, which was sad. And he got attached to Pandora, and every once in a while he finds somebody that he likes or wants to help. That happened in Ascension too, you know. And then they die. And so I'm hoping that Tyr lives. I hope that everything works out, but we won't know until we get the game. But man, Thor versus Kratos is gonna be amazing. But other than that, if you like this content, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything that I post. Drop a comment. Like, let's talk about it. What do you think is going to happen? What did you think about it? Did it blow your mind? Is this something that's driving you crazy too? Can you not wait for this game? I can't. I'm still upset that I couldn't get a Jotnar edition. Friggin' scalpers. But I got a collector's, and that's kind of like having silver, second place, which isn't fantastic, but I can live with it. But anyway, remember,
Do not be sorry. Be better.
and have a wonderful, beautiful day. And until next time we meet,